G'day Westy here. Today we're going to do a video on a Samsung S23 Ultra, and it's got a failed SIM card reader. So when you put your SIM card into the slot, either 1 or 2, it does not read anything at all. So I'll show you how to do that in a minute. You need to go to settings and then scroll, not like that, all the way to the bottom. Scroll back up till you get to the section that says wireless connections, wireless, Bluetooth and SIM manager. So go to SIM manager and you can see there that both of those SIMs are inactive. Usually you get a little slider on the right hand side that you can turn the SIM on and off, but this is not even recognizing a SIM in the card in the reader itself. So I've done this, I've swapped the card into both slots and reinserted the card. I've done everything I can find on YouTube to fix it, but that didn't fix it at all. So what I did is I did a bit more research, and I found a supplier that supplies the SIM reader / charge port as shown. So you just got to make sure there's a few different models. I've got a 918B, which is a European model. So I've got to turn the phone off. Yeah, take a few photos mucking around. So you've got to shut the phone off so that you don't put a PIN number in to shut the phone down. That way you can start the process of getting the back glass off to start removing the device. So that's powering down now. And so what we're going to do is I've got a heating pad here, and I'm going to heat the pad up to 85 degrees. So I'll just fast forward and I'll be right back. I'm going to set this up at 85 degrees Celsius and set that at 85 degrees Celsius for 2 minutes. That allows the back panel to heat, and once it's all heated up and saturated, then you can start the process of removing the back cover. So now the back cover is saturated. It's been sitting there for 2 minutes on heat. I'm just going to turn it off and move it out of the way, and I'm going to sit down another silicon panel and start working on the device. So I've got a flexi blade there. You usually use a plastic one. Make sure the phone's still turned off, and because it's nice and hot, you should be able to just work through the process of getting this back cover off pretty easily. Just start at one side and then go around the other side. Just be careful not to poke it in too far, otherwise you'll end up damaging some of the cables, or worse, some components on the boards. Although it's pretty reasonably protected in there, there's just is a little bit of risk if you want to muck around with that. So I'm just working this out. So it takes a good 2 to 3 minutes to do this. So I'll just mute and we'll catch up once this covers off. Now it's turned on. I have to turn it off again. Okay, so that's off. Power it off again. Okay, so that's powering down. So the back cover's off. And now we've got to basically we're concentrating on these screws down here because this is where the power connector is, and this little board goes in. So I'm just going to get a screwdriver. Be back in a sec. So I'll just undo these 6 screws. Now all the screws are out, I'm going to remove the wireless board and remove the old unit and change out the charge / SIM card board. So I'm just trying to align it there to make sure it aligns up with the bolts. And it's got a slot in on the angle, and then you've got to like push it in and it clicks into place. And it kind of looks like the screws don't quite line up, but as soon as you start screwing them in, they seem to self-align quite well. It must be the pressure on the O-rings that seal it from water ingressing through the chassis into the phone. So I'll just recrop that out. Okay, so I'll put it in the correct SIM card holder. Looks like it goes in that way. Let's see which way this goes. Like so. It's installed. Alright, we'll turn it over and see if it works. I don't know whether it will or not. Fingers crossed. Go to settings then. Hopefully. Yes. SIM card works. So this is the faulty little bugger here. Must have been water damage from when it got wet and went into the ocean. So yeah, anyway, that's all fixed. So that's how you fix, or one way, if you can't get it operating. I replaced all the ribbon cables as well as a set. And yeah, so that seems to work. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Westy over and out.